Welcome to today's Q&A. The main question today is kind of a two-parter. The first question is, where in the world is John? And the second question is, who's this person? Thanks for joining us today. All right, so for the first question today, where's John? John is actually on vacation. It was kind of an unexpected thing. He and his family took off out east. I don't even know where they are today. I think he is out of cell phone range. I've not been able to talk to him, but I trust he's been having a great time. He'll be back next week. But for today, you got me. Well, and Carrie here. Carrie and her family showed up just in time for the video shoot. Carrie and her husband, they're from Salem?
Salem, Oregon.
Salem, Oregon. Mm-hmm. Yeah, big fans of the channel. She's wearing her t-shirt, and I thought, hey, why not? I'll have her ask the questions. So, Carrie, tell us, what's the first question here?
Sure. The first question comes from the potted beef episode, and it is, so would they only use clarified butter, or would they also use rendered beef fat?
Aha, that's a great question. If you haven't tried that recipe, I would urge you to do so. The potted beef recipe, it was one of my favorites, absolute favorites. And in that recipe, we sealed it off with a clarified butter. Now, there was some flavor added with that clarified butter, but actually, a beef suet, a very well clarified beef suet would actually probably do the job better of sealing it off and protecting it from going bad. So
Sure.
Great question. Yes, you can use beef suet. I would not use beef fat. If you don't know the difference, be sure and watch our episodes on the difference between beef suet and beef fat. But also that butter too. So and you have to try the recipe. So. Okay, next question.
Awesome. Okay, so the next two questions actually come from the recent episode on the farina soup. The first one is, what is farina? And I had that same question when I was watching it, and the person's never heard of it, and they must be from Norway. It says, I don't think it exists in Norway. Okay,
I don't know if it exists in Norway or not. Farina is a type of wheat flour it's not ground as finely as you would expect a flour to be, but instead it's ground into fine granules. Cream of wheat, malted meal, those are both examples of farina. In fact, they're almost all farina, and that's what we use.
Didn't John give the example of like similar to cornmeal? Did he say that?
Texture-wise, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great example. Thank you very much.
Sure.
She's great. I'm going to have to hire her. So, all right, next question.
Sure. The second question from the farina episode was, isn't mace just part of the nutmeg nut that wraps around the nutmeg kernel?
It is. Mace is actually, they call it the aerial companion to nutmeg. It's this membrane that grows around the nut. And then there's actually a hull on top of that. They remove the hull, they're left with the nut and the mace membrane around it. And then they remove that membrane, and they have two spices. And interestingly enough, they have slightly different flavors.
Yeah.
So yes, we didn't use nutmeg in that recipe, but we did use the aerial companion, mace. So, all right, next
Terrific.
Question.
Okay, the next question, it's kind of a longer question. So we're not going to read the entire thing, but the gist of the question was, there was a gentleman, I believe, who used his cast iron skillet outside, and then when he brought it inside after his cooking activity, it said it stunk his whole house up. Is there a way to prevent that, or is there a certain reason, or what's going on with that? That's
interesting. You know, I'm gonna throw this one back out to the viewers. If you have suggestions on this, list your suggestions down in the comments below. There's one thing that I will add to that conversation. I know with copperware, if you use copperware over an open fire, it can be coated in soot. And I suspect what he's smelling, that campfire flavor, is the soot that is on the bottom of the pan. And one thing you can do with copperware, and I'd be interested, if someone wants to try this and let us know, please do. You can coat copperware with soap before you use it over a fire.
We do that every year when my family goes camping.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Try that on your cast iron and see if that takes care of it. I'll bet you it will. I'll bet you it'll help.
It'll also really help your pot from getting those really awful black stains around the outside when you go to wash that off. You know, you get your pot off the fire and you set it down on your, you know, your picnic table or your, what's that called? The tablecloth that goes on top, and then you stain it. Well,
Yeah.
if you wash it, if you prep it with the soap first, then it just washes right off. You don't have to worry about those stains.
She's good.
I was a Girl Scout.
All right. Okay, how about one more question?
Well, actually, it looks like we've gone through all of our questions, so keep them coming, guys.
Well, that was fast. All right. Well, thank you very much. I want to thank everyone out there for all of your comments. Please, like Carrie said, please keep them coming, and your support. Your support has been amazing lately. Hey, just a shout out, Chester, Rebecca, you know who you are. Thank you, especially. Your emails to us this past week just kind of lit a fire under everybody here and encouraged us and refreshed us in a new way. Carrie, thank you so much. That was all improv, by the way. Yeah. I hope you enjoy your stay. You're visiting folks in Ohio right now, and you stopped by the store. You were in Ohio, and you thought, oh, we have to stop, I guess. You know?
Yeah. No. Of course. Yeah. It was a good time. And you never know what'll happen in the shop, I guess.
That's right. You never know. It's been a delight. Thank you very much. It's been so much fun just getting to know you for this short amount of time, and thanks for your help. I was nervous. She was like, yeah, okay. So, hey, thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next time.